is Marketing of Today. I'm Cesar.
And Liv.
Let's go! Hello, everyone. We have an amazing episode today. Liv, who do we have here with us?
So today I invited a really good friend of mine. Her name is Damaris. I was very strategic in who I really wanted to bring to the show. I wanted to bring a powerhouse woman, somebody who has a background that is incredible, that has done big things. So I invited Damaris. And
hi guys, thank you for inviting me. I'm so happy to be here today.
So I personally can say a lot of wonderful things about her.
Don't make me cry.
But when people think of you, who is Damaris? Who is Damaris?
Damaris is, what can I say? Damaris can be a lot of things because I know how to do a lot of things, you know. She can be a mom, she can be a friend, she can be a mentor, she can be a leader, run different businesses. I do a lot of things, you know. So if you know of me, it would be positive things, I hope. And those that don't think that of me, I feel that are haters. So at the end of the day, I don't go off of that.
Yeah.
But I'm a very positive person. I love helping. I do a lot of good deeds. I'm into a lot of stuff, even real estate, credit. What don't I do?
What is your niche? Do you feel like is your niche? Like you own it?
Well, I own a lot, like the salon business. I'm into that. You know, that's my daily thing. That's like my bread and butter. And then I do side things like credit, and I do real estate like flips and rentals. What else? I own a record label. That's amazing. That's like a night job and also a day job too, because, you know, you have to be involved and meeting people, networking, talking, creating, setting up stuff for whatever we got going on, like videos, studios, photo shoots. It's a lot of work, but it's like a new thing. And for me, I love any business because at the end of the day, business is business. And they're basically all the same. You do basically the same thing for everything. There's marketing. There's consistency, waking up and applying pressure on everything you do.
Right. So I think you're watering it down because your salon is known. Like, if you know Pertemps, or you don't even have to know Pertemps, but some of the biggest influencers that we know in the beauty industry, they know La Vogue. Like, everybody knows it, right? Yeah. So I think that's like a staple and something to like own, like put a patch on your shoulder, like this is the salon. You go to Pertemps, but you know where it's at. Like,
yeah.
But I thought something very beautiful is that I feel like you're grooming a lot of people to be entrepreneurs, to be like little yous, right? So if you could talk a little bit more about that.
Okay, yeah, I do that a lot, but like you said, La Vogue is like my baby. It's everything to me, and I'm passionate. I'm passionate about everything I do, but there I'm even more passionate because, like you said, I'm helping people develop. I'm helping people to grow. I'm teaching them knowledge. I'm teaching them how to work customer service and building up, especially the youth. I love young girls. I love inspiring them. I love helping them, growing them, because this is our future. And how I treat these young girls is the same way I expect someone to treat my kids one day if they're around somewhere. You know, I do it with that intention. And I just love helping women, empowering them and teaching them that there is a way, that there's a solution to every problem, that if I made it with 5 kids, you can make it, you know, that type of stuff. And also clients, because a lot of women are going through a lot of stuff every day. Yeah. It's not just my employees. We have women that walk in there with bigger issues than what I could probably imagine that I had at that moment. And just being there for them, making them feel beautiful and happy again, and giving them that security that you are valid, you know?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
So obviously, you know, it takes a specific mindset to be able to operate at that level, okay? Because you're doing a lot. So congratulations, first of all, on that part. But how is it, you know, how do you get to that place where you not only do the salon, but then you focus on real estate, credit, and everything else?
Well, nowadays, the way society is and, you know, in general economy, I feel that it's necessary. It's not so much that I want to be doing all this stuff. I do it because I know I need to do it to make something happen. And it just brings balance in life, because not every time the salon business is good
Yeah.
and is making money. As a business owner, we struggle, especially in these times. Like now I had to I'm not to say man it up, because I'm not a man, but I had to woman up, let's say, and just like work and work whatever I need to do to survive and to pick up my business and not die out. Because if you die out, it takes really 30 days to like get kicked out, and it starts accumulating.
Yeah, of course.
In anything that you do, in your credit, in the rent, in the mortgages, your car payment, everything is monthly if you think about it, right?
I'm curious to know, before you got into entrepreneurship, the salon, like, where were you? Like, what did you do and where were you and what took you there? Like, I'm curious.
Okay, well, before that, I went, since I was young, I always loved to work. Like my mom, she was like always like in need of help. So I wanted to help her. I started working at a young age. I worked stores, I was manager, and I did all kinds of stuff till I reached somewhere where I met this interesting man. And the man was offering me a position. And he was offering me a manager position, and he saw so much potential in me. And he said, I want to give you a title. I'm going to name you Lady Boss. And that name stick forever in my head. Just those two, those two words. Like, there's things in life, it's weird as hell how that happens, that you come across this person, they say something, just sticks there.
Yeah.
And I own to those words, I own to it. And I ran the office like if I ever if I had done it before, and I never had. And that inspired me that he saw it in me. And my friends now tell me, and they remind me, like, you remember when you was in school and you said that you was going to be rich?
Look at me now.
Well, I can't say like I'm rich. I'm just some girl that's trying to make it, and I get into stuff and I pay for it, because in reality, none of these things are yours till you finish paying.
Yeah.
You just got to work with the bank's money, make money on the money, and that's basically what I do. And I pay, and I try to be in good standing.
But what took you from working an average job to then owning your own salon, taking on credit, etc.? Like, what was that? What took you to that point?
It wasn't just the working the office and then that, because I would lie. I would sit here and lie. I want to say the truth, like about my life. It was not easy, It was very difficult.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
Very much. And when I say you cry, I don't cry because I'm sad.
Yeah.
I cry because through this message, I want to inspire women that go through stuff like I did. I had to do it all. Yeah. What didn't I do? Let's say I had to do everything I had to do for my 5 kids.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I survived.
That's good.
And here I am today sitting talking to you in another position, because I put myself where I never needed a man ever again, because I needed to be this woman. And it was meant for me to be this woman, Yeah. And you know what? I bartended, like all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
But I wanted to change. Yeah. So people could change. If you're going to change for the better, it works for all of us, And I get emotional talking about it, but then I snap out, because I realize, look, you made it. We can all make it. It's about you being consistent and applying it to anything you're doing. In your last text, do more work. Like, if you're a realtor, go out and get clients. Go to the city hall, get the list of people that died. I don't know, do stuff that is going to help your business. Do marketing, help yourself, post. There's a lot of free platforms nowadays that you could get free marketing with. It's all about how much you want it,
100%. Especially, in today's day and age, like you said, before you had to pay for the billboard, you had to pay for the newspaper.
Yeah.
You had to pay for the benches. If you wanted to promote yourself, all you have to do now is just talk on social media and gather enough attention. Your story is so interesting because, I've heard a lot of them, a lot of people that come up. We are minorities, so
yeah,
our come ups are different. Everybody has their own unique story, and like hearing you 5 kids and still operating at the level you are. I only have one kid and a wife, and I'm almost dying. It's like, for me, it's inspiring to know that you work so hard to get to where you are today.
Yes, I work very hard day and night. And like we discussed before, I do so much different things. So my mind is always busy and I'm always trying to help everybody. Besides the fact that when you're running a company or when you have a business, a lot of these employees are very needy.
Yeah.
So you have to attend to them so they can stay loyal to you and give back and do for them so they can stay with you. Because you can't do this by yourself. You need a team.
Team. I think in everything, a lot of people try to say, "Oh, I'm self-made. I did it by myself." Let's be honest.
Not at all.
Team.
Yeah.
Somebody helped you at some point. Somebody imparts in knowledge. Somebody did something to help you. Like in life, what is the saying? Like if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together.
Yes.
That's the reality of things. What is one of the things that you feel like you had to unlearn in life? Something that you feel you had to unlearn to make you a better person.
Like, what do you mean unlearn?
Like something that you had to unlearn, like something maybe that you were taught as a kid growing up that, oh, you should do things this way or that way. And you had to tell yourself, wait, Damaris, this is not really purple. This is actually red.
I'm going to say what that is. And it's most women. Back in the days when you was raised by a Dominican or Dominican background, I could speak on that because my family is Dominican. They taught you like to stick around with the wrong men. They taught you that's the right thing to do because of the children and because, you don't want to be out there and you never want to call the cops on the guy, even if he hits you, because if you're going to be, and that's the thing that they inject in your head. If I had to, I would change that because that's not right.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. I think that's important to know because I feel like in life, if the person isn't meeting your core needs, you're settling, period.
Yeah.
Right. And it's easy to stay with somebody. That's the easy part. Stay with them for the kids, stay with them for this, for that. But like I see you and I see myself and like we got shit done. Like we walked out, we weren't happy. If they weren't stepping up to be the man that they need to be for us, for the children, if you were in a loveless marriage, whatever, abuse, whatever, womanizer, cheating, you were like, wait, this is not a healthy environment for me. I am settling for less because let's be honest, when these things are happening to you, you're not moving in your power.
Yeah.
You're depleted.
Yes.
You're in a box, you're depleted, but it's so free when you break out of that and you own your shit and you're like, yo, like, let me do this for my kids. I don't need this negative energy anymore. I can handle this by myself. It's like freeing. And I feel like when I've done that personally in my life, I've seen God's blessings right after. I'll tell you, like, when I separated from my kid's father, he's a good person at the core, but he had, his issues, right? And we weren't meeting eye to eye, and he had his own demons that he was dealing with. Well, we tried to buy a house together for several years. I separate from him. I leave with nothing. Several months later, I think it was like 6 months later, here I am buying my own home, my own investment property by myself when I walked out of the house with $500. You understand? So I feel like sometimes we stay attached to these things and then boom, you see God's blessing right after because we were just wasting 10 years of our life.
Yeah. You get emotionally attached to what you have and then you try to just stay because it's easier.
Yeah.
Like you said. And not only easier, it's like less problems for you because you got to face this, right?
Yeah.
You never know what to expect from the person that was supposed to love you and protect you becomes the devil.
Yeah.
And that's basically what it boils down to, and protecting yourself and the back and forth and the war when there shouldn't be. We have a child together.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I believe a lot in God. And God is going to place whomever is more fucked up from each of us in their place.
Right.
I know my place. I've done nothing but be a good woman. All my life, I've been a good woman. I probably do too much.
Yeah.
I probably give out too much.
Yeah.
I'm too good. And that's been the issue.
Yeah.
From
As a
that,
Spanish woman.
as a Spanish woman, my mom is teaching me, like I don't fault her for that. But that's what I saw in her and my dad. So then that's what I'm following. Even if Damaris is this powerful woman,
Yeah.
I'm also human and I am a woman, like everybody.
Yeah.
And I have feelings and I fall in love. And I'm a Virgo. So Virgos
Yeah.
fall very deep. And I want the best for my partner, whomever he is, like I want the guy to be up top with me.
Yeah.
I want to bring him up. I don't want nobody to look down at him.
Yeah.
I want him to be just as powerful as me. And sometimes that could be good, but it could be bad.
Yeah. And also we have to realize when certain people are seasonal.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're some people's assignment for a season.
Yeah.
And sometimes they may be our assignment for a season, right? And
To make you stronger.
right, to make you stronger, to
Or
do
weaker.
something, whatever. I take everything as a lesson, but
Yeah.
some people are seasonal, and that's okay.
Mhm.
I definitely seen some of my past relationships where I was like, okay, this person was for a season. It's okay to detach now.
Yeah.
It's okay. And it's not always that they're a bad person, but you've outgrown that person, right?
Yeah.
You've elevated, you've grown, you know who you are, you know who Damaris is, and she's not who she was 7 years ago. This is the new me, and sometimes that partner doesn't adjust, right?
Yeah.
I think that's something very important, and just seeing that and understanding that and respecting people's seasons. And I think for me, like something that I never want to do again is take on a project. Somebody who makes me small. I want somebody who's gonna elevate me to be better, right? Like you don't want to, as a successful businesswoman, you don't want to have to build a man again.
I do not, but I believe in like a man having like potential. And you see, like, cause you see in the level that I'm in, like I'm humble about it, but in reality, I'm at a very high scale,
Right.
compared to other women
Yeah.
or other even men.
And so
I don't see it like that because I am so humble. Like I forget like how far I made it. Like I just forget. I'm always like around Spanish people. I'm very like Dominican. Like I'm always around Dominicans and I'm just a good person in
Yeah.
general. So to me that like I've never been like conceited. And people that know me from high school, they see me the same way. I'll say hi to you
Yeah.
wherever I'm at.
sometimes you don't want to build a man.
Like if I find somebody that's working and that, wants to elevate, yes, why not?
Yeah.
I would. I believe in that too, because I feel like sometimes the men, when they're very, very successful, they're very cocky.
Yeah.
And then we clash because
Right.
I'm also cocky, right?
Mhm.
Because I got my shit too, and you're not going to treat me like that.
Right.
And I noticed that they prefer women that are at a lower level so
Yeah.
they could be more submissive to them. And I don't know what it is, but also it's like hard when you're at my level, like you intimidate most men. And that's not how I want to come out.
Yeah.
Did I intimidate you before?
Not me, because but I think it's a different scenario.
Yeah, it's like different.
Tenía nervios.
Ay.
But I think it's also a different thing, right? Because in our case, we look as business people, right?
Yeah, it's different. but like-
We're thinking about business.
yeah.
So there's no reason why you would intimidate me or vice versa. But I think in a relationship, like, 'cause I know that that's the level you guys are touching on right now. In a relationship, it's different, because it's the connection part where you feel like, remember, supposedly we were built to provide for women.
Right.
And the fact that I don't have to, and you can get whatever you want and you don't need me, I think that's the aspect that a lot of men have an issue with.
But I feel like also,
That's what they're wanting and
Yeah.
praying for.
yeah.
And when you have her, like, right?
No, I think
I'm lucky, by the way.
you're lucky, but at the same time, I see a lot of men that are pulling their wife, right? Because they're like the breadwinner, the alpha male, whatever. They're pulling and try to put motivation and grit and all types of things into their woman that they don't have, and it's not gonna come natural. Like if you don't got it, you don't got it. You could kind of.
And that's okay.
And if they don't got it, they don't got it. And you need to know who you're with.
And what I noticed, in my case, and I feel like that's okay if you don't got it. But what is it that you're doing for us right? Because sometimes you don't got it in the business side, but you have it in the house or in the family or taking care of.
You mean like what are they bringing to the table?
Except, well, I don't like the table conversation because I guess it gets polarized quick.
Yeah.
But essentially, yes. What do you bring to the table?
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I feel like that's important, like a stay-home mom, but you know what? That's the worst job. And I
Oh,
give
yeah,
it to them. I give it to whoever's staying home cooking for their husbands and taking care of the kids. They really deserve the award of the year because that job is not for me. I always been like working. So it's like my mom babysits. I'd rather pay my mom, take care of her,
Mhm.
and work because I can't see myself doing that.
Yeah.
And it's better two people on that battery
Yeah.
than one.
Yeah.
Because then, she's consuming you, the kids are consuming you. It's a cost for him. You're not going to be able to grow as fast as if, two people hardworking, getting it together, smart, putting ideas together, executing them, being about your money. I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
To me, it's more solid than you having somebody submissive at home.
Yeah.
So that's where I come confused. And because, if you're a good woman, what does it matter if I'm making more than you or not? I'm a good woman. At the end of the day, I'm still a good woman and I'm human and I'm loving. And that's what it should boil down to. You should be happy you found a woman like me. Yeah. Honored.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. What do you think are one of the don'ts or lessons that you've learned in marketing that you shouldn't do? Or what have you seen that shouldn't be done in marketing that you see it's like a waste of money or a waste of time?
I feel like those like newspaper stuff and stuff like that, people really just use it to wash their windows. I wouldn't spend money on that. Um, Also, like, be careful who you hire to do videos for you. They could like scam you out of a lot of money when a video is not a lot. People are like, they misinterpret what marketing is. Like, literally, you could grab an iPhone nowadays and do a little video.
Yeah.
It's how much you do it. It's the
Yeah.
consistency that matters. It's not so much that I need $1 million video or 10,000 or 1,000. Like, I learned that through time.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning, when you don't really know about it, you make these mistakes, but you cut corners through time. You learn through your mistakes. So I'm always like very open about like business or what I'm doing or how to help people, because at the end of the day, I don't want you to trip over if I can help you,
Yeah.
So when I'm around people, especially women, I'm always injecting whatever I know.
Do you feel you've made mistakes in marketing, wasted money in any particular area in marketing at any point?
I think that if you post every day and you stay consistent in the posting every day and your stories and use all platforms, you should be good.
Yeah.
Because if you're paying ads, that gets costing.
Yeah.
Very. Just because you can't be consistent,
Yeah.
why should it cost you so much money when it's free?
Yeah.
And honestly, like the algorithm picks you up at one point, like
Yeah.
just post. Like, how hard can
Yeah.
it be?
Yeah. And the cool thing is like you have young kids that they can go ahead and they know how to work these phones. And
Oh, the young kids are the best. Let me tell you, the youngins from the salon that work for me, they're awesome. They do videos, they do content, and I don't have to say nothing to them.
Yeah.
Really nothing.
Look at that.
It's beautiful to work
Yeah.
with young ladies.
And they probably have, they're in high school, whatever. They probably have everybody from the high school coming to you.
Well, if you only knew, sometimes the people in our own town are not supportive of what we do.
Oh.
And that's a shame because, it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
I'm very supportive. Like, my friend owns a salon around the corner and I'm supportive of her.
Yeah.
Whatever she needs, I got her. If she's missing something, come get it. Like, that's the type of vibe. I go to her salon, I'll pick up. People are wondering, like, who the hell is this lady? And little do they know, I own the biggest salon around the corner, the biggest. But I respect her. She's hustling like me. There's enough to eat for everybody. There shouldn't be like this hate and back and forth. And
Yeah.
instead of like coming together and like giving that support, they rather like stick apart and be like, oh no, they're too expensive or too this. And honestly, if you're paying for quality and your nails are lasting a month, 2 months, I don't know what else to offer then. And for $5 more, I don't think that's a big deal.
And I think it's across the board, like in every business, everybody has their secret sauce and there's room for everybody to eat.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally.
I'm not hating on no girl as long as you're honest with me.
Yeah.
Now, if you're hating on me, you best believe you're not my enemy, but I'm blocking you.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
I really don't. I'm known for that. I just block people
Yeah.
and I don't even address it.
So with that being said, what do you feel like you're leaving behind in 2023?
I'm leaving behind. I hope that my divorce is final. Finally. That.
I hear that.
Sure. And I think I want to start this year more motivated because, you know, we're going down that spiral and down that path and having to face all this and become the strong woman. And every day is like a step still till I don't see that paper. And, you know, dividing and the war.
Yeah.
Also, like other situations that have happened that I know they're just obstacles put in my way that I'm going to overcome. Because at the end of the day, there's no problem that doesn't have a solution. Like I said, at this point, if you believe in God and you're a good person, good things will happen.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you're going through.
Exactly.
People go through all kinds of stuff. I go through stuff. You go through stuff. Like
Yeah.
you be thinking you're in the worst position. There's people in worse positions than you.
Absolutely.
We are blessed because we're here, we have health.
And we're resourceful. Like
Yes.
people like you and I, we're very resourceful. We're like, oh, this happened to us.
Yeah.
We might be in our feelings for a moment,
Yeah.
but then we're like, wait a minute. No.
Yeah.
It's like
I move on.
Let's
I
go.
move on fast.
But what has to be done? Let's just get to it, right? So with that being said,
let me chime in real quick and
Yeah.
ask a question. So, I know you're talking about be consistent, right? Somebody's gonna look at this and be like, of course, it's fun for her to say. She has 20 businesses to talk about. She's been doing this for such a long time. But how can someone that is just getting started keep being consistent based on your view and like how that work for you?
Well, whatever product they're selling, I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter that I have 20 business. I'm applying the same thing on all 20. All 20 business to me are the same thing. They're my baby, right? So what I'm saying by that is if you're selling sunglasses, post every day.
About sunglasses.
If you're a lash tech, do it every day. If you are doing eyebrows, do it every day. Like you're selling clothes, you should be doing it every day. If you're selling real estate, post a house or two every day, or the same house if that's the only one you got. Post it every day because one of those days somebody's gonna see it, and that's how it works.
And that's another good point what you're making right there, because there's so many ways to skin a cat, right? Like you can talk about the same thing in so many different ways and still be able to operate the business at the end of the day and like sell the house. Because I only got one listing. Am I really going to talk about this one listing? Yes. Because you're trying to sell that one listing.
We have the access, like me as a realtor, we have access to open doors everywhere, right? So we can go videotape a house each day and act like we didn't have a.
That's actually something that I was telling to a real estate agent once, and I was having like this full-blown argument because I'm like, oh, but I don't want to promote anybody else's listing. I'm like, but you're promoting yourself. Through the whole transaction, you could get the client to sell the house. So why don't you just go to properties that are in the price right that you're looking to sell and start talking about properties in those neighborhoods?
On the property, or what's
the neighborhood,
the neighborhood, just anything, just educate them on what a down payment for a house like this would be. There's so much. Just you have to position yourself as the expert in your field. So what do you have to do? Not only pass the test, get your hands dirty, but educate yourself. And I think that's the difference between good agents and agents that are not that good. Like you have to be able to read a closing statement. You know, you have to be able to speak a little bit of what, you know, entails in a mortgage statement. You have to know your transaction from A to Z every step of the way. You can tell your client what happens throughout. You need to know what title does. Most of these agents do not know what title does. I'm like, what? They don't know. There's just so much information. And you have to not only pass the test, not only do the marketing, because everybody becomes a realtor and they want to be on TikTok. Like, that's not going to happen. Your people are, guys, newsflash, your people are not on TikTok. The people with money are on Facebook, and they don't want to see you dancing. They want value. They want to know that you know your shit, right? So I think that's just
by now. There should be a video in my page. By now, you should guys go see where I'm talking about exactly that. Saying, hey, yes, cool, you're gonna do a trending video. you had a nice fun day. Congratulations. But that's not gonna get you business.
Yeah, it's cute. Like,
It's nice. It
might
shows
get
your funny
Gen Z.
side.
You,
But
you
but
might get a Gen Z like, oh, they seem like a cool agent. Let me go see some houses with them. Cool. You might get one or two. But your real serious buyers, the people who are gonna be clean. Like, listen, I get
for
clients
sellers for listings, because that's
that too. But like, you'll have these buyers or these sellers.
Mhm.
They want somebody more serious. They want sharks. They want people knowledgeable. I can't
Yeah.
say
Knowledgeable.
it's somebody who's clapping their booty cheeks on TikTok. Like, you can't. I'm sorry.
100%, 100%. And uh, people that follow the Marketing of Today podcast, you see my page. And I know for now you're saying like, oh my God, he's gone wild, posting thousands of contents. But I'm doing exactly what she said, right? I'm posting every day, consistently. Even if it sounds repetitive, I said, who cares? For the next 6 months, I'm posting a video a day on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. The 3 main platforms. And the reason for that is SEO and for your name to be out there. There's no one that's going to visit my page and is not going to know who I am.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
And you're gonna see the difference, and you see how you're applying it in your in your world.
Mm.
She's also putting in the knowledge. You gotta fish for knowledge.
Yeah.
A lot of people do not go to events. I go to anywhere that I can learn, and it's not that I think I'm better than anybody. I want to learn, and there's stuff
Yeah.
I don't know everything, and every day you're evolving.
There's different ways to apply the same thing. That
The same thing in everything.
Yeah.
So the same thing she's saying, you got to learn this. That's the same way my girls I send to get classes,
Yeah.
and I'll send one of them, and she'll come back and show the rest
To everybody
and
else.
teach everybody. And I also we provide classes for young women. I don't no age limit, anywhere from 10 to whatever age she wants to take individual classes. Why? Because learning is important.
Yeah.
We don't know everything, and you don't stop learning.
Yeah.
So that's very important.
Yeah. I think I'm a
Knowledge
serial learner myself.
and the consistency
Mhm.
with the videos. If you want to be out there, if you're trying to sell something, and it's like I said, you have to do it every day and repost everything in your story that people are putting up. It could be the same video, guys. It doesn't matter. Have your family and friends do it for you.
Yep.
Get people to help. Also send out messages to people. I'm going to tell you something. I didn't believe in that till the other day. And I'm doing it more because of me. I'm trying to grow myself now. Like at this point, I said, I want to be out there. I want to share what I know. And I have to also grow in the music industry as a record label owner. And through my platform, I get thousands of artists all day, like, coming at me. I could be a consultant for all I know. Like I could find my next talent through there.
Yeah.
So at this point, I have to be posting. So I figured it out. Through me, I could do so much. And plus that I'm a woman and you're beautiful, right?
Mhm.
And beauty sells, and she's smart. She has businesses. I want to be her friend. I want to be part of her and whatever she got going on.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, people are reposting stuff for me just because they're nice, but I'm also responding nicely to people. Like, look, thank you. Engagement.
Yep.
You don't have to go out anywhere anymore. Like, you don't have to
Yeah.
do this newspaper stuff. It's not like back in the days giving out flyers. At this point, it's really all digital. Like, you're confused if
Not
you
even
don't think so.
billboards. It's such a waste.
No,
of
it's a
money.
waste of money. The billboard, all that crap. You could do that one day to get a little video, and that's it. And don't pay more
Yeah.
than 125 to 200
Yeah.
because if you're paying more than that, they're getting you. I tried it all, and then it just what makes more sense is these platforms that are free to you.
And
Yeah.
that's something that in one video I talked about a long time ago. If you're going to do the billboard or TV or newspaper, do it strategically.
Yeah.
Meaning like, okay, so I'm going to spend $100,000, as you say, in total. Put 25,000 into the billboards. Put 75,000 into marketing online. So when people see for the whole month, they see your ad somewhere. They're also seeing you for the whole month on
and just
social
be
media.
Strategic. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Because any other way around, all you're doing is putting your picture in a newspaper with a whole bunch of words that nobody's going to see. But if I see you here, then I see you there, and then I see you there, it's like, okay, who is he?
Yeah.
I was asking the question
Yeah.
that needs to be answered.
And there's smarter ways to do it too. There was a billboard company that when nobody's posting anything on the billboards, you can pay pennies on a dollar to to, go ahead and post your thing on a billboard. So it's also, checking in, doing your research, everything. Again, everything is education,
And you have to put in the work. It's not
Put in
easy.
the work,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Because it's not easy.
Mhm.
It's not easy. You're right, and but it is easy if you
Yeah.
think about it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's really just doing it every day. And I
Yeah.
mean, how hard can it be? If you are not someone that you like to be filmed or you don't like filming stuff, try to take one day of the week then and do various things. Change clothes if it has to be with you,
Mhm.
or and that applies to everybody, even to artists. Because I have a lot of people that hit me up and they're like, "Can you sign me?" But they don't really understand that who's looking for an artist that has 100 people.
Yeah.
I want somebody that has 100,000,
Yeah.
300,000,
Yeah.
but to make my life easier. Because again, do I want to start from scratch growing people? I want somebody that at least has the platforms already good enough, that has a fan base, that if we sell a product, they're going to buy it from me as an investor, right?
Yeah.
I want to see that they're actually putting effort.
Yeah, effort. Yeah, exactly.
Like handouts, like who's giving out?
No,
handouts?
not anymore.
Hey,
No,
it's not
I
like
don't
that.
even give handouts to my kids like that. My kids are trained to work. They're all entrepreneurs. I have 5 children. My 14-year-old does lashes. She's beautiful. And I bought her a class and she learned so much doing a lot of people for free. Then she started charging $20, but I had her consistently doing people. Now she does it in an hour, 2 hours.
Yeah.
And she's beautiful at it, to the point I have her giving classes of it. A 14-year-old, come on, giving classes to older women. But she knows, because it's a technique. And that's what
Yes.
people fail to understand. Everything is a technique.
Mhm.
How do you do the camera? How do you hold this mic? How do you do nails? How do you do lashes? I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure it out. It's just the consistency, because if you don't apply the effort, if you're not practicing, how you're going to move fast? Nobody wants to last 5 hours with a lash tech, right?
Yeah.
I want to go for an hour. I have anxiety. I'll be there for an hour. Ya yo estoy nerviosa. Like, yeah, okay, yeah. How long? How
I'm the
long?
same way.
And 100 calls, and the lash tech hates me before, because I have to be opening the phone for me to talk. But now, I have my daughter doing the lashes. I have the 16-year-old doing nails. She's been doing it since she's 12, practicing. I mean, 2 entrepreneurs. They're going to be wonderful little women already.
Yep.
My 16-year-old's in a pageant and she's beautiful. She does everything that she's been asked. I hope she wins. And if she doesn't, I still love her,
Yeah.
but she's like my twin. Like, she's my twin. Yeah. But the 14-year-old also has my spirit, and she's very like dominant and like very like, strong.
Yeah.
And then I have a 7-year-old. She's wonderful. Like she's a whole mood, como dicen. Her name is Alexia, and she's amazing. She loves to count money. She's like a little calculator.
Yeah,
I'm grooming them to be like me.
God forbid you're not here one day. They could
Take
do their own-
over. That's what I'm
take
doing.
over, but you already gave them tools that they
To
can
defend
be
themselves. Yes, exactly. My boys also have a 18-year-old boy. He's wonderful. Ashton, you know him. And then there's Joey, the big one. He's also awesome. He has his own trucking business that I helped him move. And that's how I do it, because I want them to be entrepreneurs like me. Maybe all kids don't like college, so I'm preparing them for that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I don't want to have to like be there for them all my life. I want them to be there for me at one point, like I am there for my mom.
Yeah.
That's the whole goal here, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so if you want to be known for one thing, and like you were gonna write your bio, if you want to leave a legacy and you want to be known for one thing, what would that statement be?
A statement? I mean, never give up. Never give up, no matter what you're going through. Never give up, believe in God, and be consistent.
Love that. All right, so we're gonna go into the trivia part really quick, because I know that we're running super tight on time.
Oh my God, you guys don't want me to leave.
No.
Super
Stay.
tight on time. But would you rather? Wait, should we do a trivia? All right, so we're entering into our trivia time. And we're gonna shoot you the first question. Would you rather 10K a week or $1 million lump sum upfront?
I would rather 10K a week.
Okay.
I would
Why?
rather that, because for a lifetime,
for a lifetime.
Yeah, I would rather that. It's more consistency. I don't have to do much to get it. $1 million, I have to think where I'm going to invest it, do the work, and wait for residual.
Okay.
So to me, it's more important 10,000 a week.
Okay. Would you rather? What happened?
No, that was a perfect one because it's true. Now you got more time to make more money.
Yeah, and that I could grow that one to make more later, but at least it's making forever for me.
And then you have to figure out how to
Right.
continue making money. Good.
Okay, so the next question: do you rather match energy or show them different?
It depends the situation and what's the where I'm at. Like if it's with somebody that I'm with and we match that energy and like it's that moment. Yeah, it's beautiful. Now if you got like a snot energy, I'm not gonna match that because that's not me. I'm gonna be just how I am and I'm gonna be who I am. Like I'm not gonna let you like destroy me or ruin what I got going on that day. I try to be very transparent. I really don't care what other people got going on. If you want to match me and be positive, I got you. And if you don't, get out of the way from me, like that. I don't really deal with that.
How about you, Cesar?
Well, what was the question again?
The question was,
Making sure I'm answering the right one.
do you rather match energy or show them different?
Well, at the beginning of my life, I used to be more showing different, but now I match energies, and because it's like you live a more simpler and calm life.
Give me an example of.
No, but how about if the energy is messed up? Like if you're gonna poner a pelear. Exactly. So it depends the situation.
Of course, it's not. You get a quick swerve if your energy is not. You're out. I was telling that Olivia right before we started. I'm like, listen, anybody who wants to work with me, even clients at this level, I have said no to, because it's like I'm changing who I am. I feel like I need to be. I'm no longer about the money.
It's about your time. Yeah. You're like, I could do money anywhere. Yeah. I can pick and choose who I want to be around. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
And that was the thing I was saying, right? Because let me give you an example. There's a lot of people that do Uber Eats, Instacart, and stuff like that. If I'm working at this business to get paid Uber Eats money, I'm going to go do Uber Eats. I'm not going to do this, because how am I investing so much knowledge, time? You see the setup, like what it takes to do this and the investment that this took to then make money like I'm doing Instacart, Uber Eats. I just go do that. So if you don't see my value, I'm sorry, but we're not going to work together. I prefer doing something else.
That's good. That's good. I think something that like a big takeaway from this episode is how important it is to make decisions that position you for growth, that position you to be a better person, that position you to have a comfortable life, right?
Yep.
And I think positioning is like a big word that is standing out to me in this episode.
100%. What about you?
I go with what she's saying also as well. It's like really build yourself up to be in position, anything you got going on. It doesn't have to be that you have 10 houses. I mean, maybe you could afford one day. There's so many programs. There's so much stuff out there. You have Olivia here. Olivia, she's awesome. And I mean, you don't need a tax return nowadays. Things have changed. But maybe some people don't know it because they never bothered to ask or look. I sat behind the internet and I figured it out by myself because I didn't have that best friend with money to lend me. I didn't have that person to give me. I needed to figure it out, and I based it off credit for me. So if you have credit, it's so important, guys. You can't make it nowhere without that. I'd rather have credit.
She's the credit guru, guys.
Yeah, well, I'd rather have credit than money.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's amazing. That's a very good.
Sometimes you can't even buy things if you don't have the credit.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's very important. You can get anything you want. Like I funded a salon with that. Like everything is with my credit. I use credit cards. I pay back. I fix the homes with that. I pay my guys with that. Like you could even PayPal a guy that did a video for me for the music. I do my whole life based on credit, and then I pay back.
Yeah.
And that's what it boils down to, paying back.
Yep.
But again, it goes to your positioning yourself to know the knowledge to do that.
Yes, exactly.
And if you really, like, for example, I went and got my real estate license because I was tired of waiting on realtors. And I really was like, when I had a ton of money and in the bank, I couldn't somehow put together how to buy a home other than my first 2 flips. They were 100% cash. And I had the money, or then when I didn't have the money, I didn't have the credit. but I went and became a realtor because I wanted to buy real estate for myself and flip. And then I fell in love with the industry, but I positioned myself to know the information, to learn the business so that I can be who I am today.
Definitely. That's awesome. I'm so proud of you, sister. I really, because I seen your journey when you started and now you own it, girl.
Yeah.
This is yours. This is yours.
She's a boss.
She's definitely a boss. I love it.
Trying.
Well,
No.
my takeaway from this podcast is, you never know somebody's story, right? So every time I've been done a lot of this, I produce a lot of this. I have also filmed myself a lot of them, and I get amazed. And I'm amazed with your story because with 5 kids, and on top of that, doing all these businesses and going through a divorce and still operating at this level. There's a lot of people out there that with 1 kid and a job can't even operate themselves, right? So it's like that is something to admire from you because I can see it in that you put in the work.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And that's exactly why I invited her today. I was like, I need a power.
You knew I was going
I
to cry.
know.
She knows that.
Like you're like a person after my own heart. Like I like my story is
Similar
maybe
to
something
you.
similar to yours. So I resonate with that. And I think, we can invite a ton of people that have cookie cutter and, stories, but like nobody really wants that. People want to see like
the real
struggle, the real.
reality.
Don't give me the fairy tale.
Yeah.
It's cool that daddy did this for you and mommy did that for you, but like, no, show me the real, show me the struggle and show me how I can do that too.
Yeah.
No,
Definitely.
So to finish it off, we only have one more question for you.
What is your question?
For the next guest that's going to be sitting in that chair, what question would you like them to answer?
give it to them like a tough one. Like a tough
one. The next guest?
Yeah.
Is it a guy or a girl?
Well, you
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Or you
Really think
the heart.
she's even thinking about it. Really think.
Nothing much. I mean, I inspire anybody at this point, like men and women. A lot of men too. Like I help. Like most of my friends are males. But it's basically like, whatever you're going through, make sure that you stay focused and don't let nobody bring you down and do what you want to do in life. No matter what it is you want, go for it. And make sure you have your credit straight too.
You heard?
There you go. That's the question. The question is, do you have your credit straight?
If not, call Damaris.
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, guys,
It's in bio to her.
thank you so much, Damaris, for being here.
Yes. Thanks for being here with us. We plan to give you guys more value, things from the heart, everything marketing, relationship, and just incorporating that into entrepreneurship. So we're excited to have you in this season, and we will see you on the next one.
Damaris, what do you have to say bye to everybody? Besides, fix your credit with the
No, yeah, fix your credit, that too. But I also want to say thank you for inviting me. I feel grateful for this moment. I came because it was you, because, I'm very sometimes cocky with my time because I don't have a lot to give. I'm running the business. After this, I do stuff in the night for the label. Yeah. So I'm a very busy person. But at the end of the day, I enjoy the day, being able to express how I feel and maybe hoping that some woman will see this video and I inspire her.
Yeah. And I believe that. You're going to make me cry. Don't do that. And I believe that because you've inspired me. I've seen you and I'm like, yeah, she's definitely my inspo. Definitely an inspo for me. She comes from the same town.
Don't cry.
We have a lot of.
She's about to make me cry.
It's turned into a whole therapy session, but we come from the same town. We have the same amount of kids. We have a lot of the similar struggles.
The same drive.
Yeah, the same drive, and it's just beautiful to see somebody just like me from the same place, just doing big things.
I love you, honey. I love you.
And I'm just looking forward to seeing so much more. I just know there's so much more.
There's coming more. Yeah, there's coming more. I'm doing more. I'm just, you will see on my Instagram and my platforms. as they go happening, because sometimes I don't really want to expose too much, but soon a lot of things are happening that are great for me, for my family. Like I said, obstacles like always, but at the end of the day, no me dejo vencer.
Yes.
I always fight. I'm a warrior, and I'm here to stay.
Own it, girl.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening, and have a nice one, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.